If I knew you was coming, I would have baked a cake.
Host and sponsors.
And now, for the most exciting and action-packed hour in radio.
Dawoud on the overnight shift.
Tune it in and rip the knob off your radio.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning. It is Saturday, the very 1st of February 2020, and you are tuned in to the overnight shift on AM 930 WPAT, and I am Dawoud the Renegade Sufi, and I will be with you for 1 hour, I think. We'll find out. Stick around, because sometimes I don't even know how long these things last. But I'll be with you for a while. And during that time, I will be bringing you all kinds of really interesting music of a beautiful and arcane nature. But before we put this thing into gear, special shout out to Brother William Kareem, the executive producer, the grand poobah of this program and of the following program, the hour before, which I urge you to stick around and listen to, because he will be bringing you music, news, and commentary, and you don't want to miss that. And a special shout out to DJ O'Baby, who just brought you 2 hours of wonderful and beautiful African music. Are you back there, O'Baby? No, he isn't. Oh, usually he shouts back. Anyway, he's probably doing something very important, because he is a very important man with a lot of responsibilities on his plate. And speaking about important men with responsibilities on their plate, special shout out to El Hadji Ndao, the executive producer of the Sunu Afrique radio program, which happens, that's DJ O'Baby's program, and it also happens on Saturdays from 10 p.m. until 4 a.m. Sundays. He's on here for a long time. He's in for the long haul, and you want to keep your eyes and ears open for that one. In any case, without any further ado or preamble, I am going to do my Dawoudian duty and bring you some music. Let's see what happens here. Let's make you dance a little bit. That was Cosmic Slop and the Mothership Connection, recorded live way back in the magical year of 1976. And of course, who else could that be but Parliament Funkadelic? You know, I'm kind of in the mood to just really change things up a lot today. I'm going to be playing all kinds of stuff for you, just to let you have a fair warning that my show is going to be stylistically unpredictable today. So anyway, in keeping with that, here is some more music. That was Anticipation by Ali Akbar Khan, in a special project that he released called Journeys. And before that, Frank Sinatra, featuring the Count Bassie Orchestra, with the classic American standard, I Want to Be Around, and that one goes out to my ex-wife. And you are tuned in to the overnight shift on AM 930 WPAT. And again, I am Dawoud the Renegade Sufi, just in case you were tuning in. And actually, there's something that I've been meaning to get caught up with here. And we lost a number of great musicians, and of course I like to acknowledge this during this program. Here's a piece by a truly great jazz master, a man who they used to call Little Bird. As he was apparently a man of short physical stature, although musically he was a giant, and they compared him to the great Charlie Parker. I'm speaking, of course, of Jimmy Heath, who recently passed away at the age of 93 after giving us decades of truly great music. This is to the memory of Jimmy Heath. That was Jimmy Heath with the jazz standard When Sunny Gets Blue. And as I mentioned before, Jimmy Heath recently passed away at the age of 93. And that song actually reminds me of a joke. It's been a long time since I told a joke on the air, so here comes one.
All right.
Look at this, I'm laughing at my own jokes before I even tell it. There's a jazz singer who's auditioning for a gig at a jazz club. And the club owner says, I only hire people if they can sing my favorite song, When Sunny Gets Blue. And she starts panicking because she doesn't know the song. She knows the melody, but she doesn't know the lyrics. So she talks to the piano player, and the piano player says, "Hey, don't worry, man. I'll tell you what comes next." And so she's like, "Okay." So she gets up on the stage, and he's like, and she goes, "When Sunny Gets Blue," and looks over at the piano player, and the piano player whispers, "B flat minor 9." Wah, 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 wah. That's a musician's joke, folks. Any case, let's continue with a little bit of music. I was during that song, William Kareem, the Grand Poobah, walked in, and he just gave me a thumbs up, which means that I get to keep this job for a little while longer. And he and I were talking about rock bands and hip-hop artists that may or may not put on a good performance. And I won't mention any names, but I'd like to reach back into the annals of classic rock and bring out a live performance that dates back to 1984 of a classic rock band who really knew how to put on a good performance. They had their bad nights, but once in a while, they really, when they were on, they nailed it. They mopped up the floor with everybody else. Here it comes. That was Deep Purple, recorded in... Hey, DJ O'Baby is howling in the background because he knows his rock music. That was a song called Highway Star, which is one of those kinds of songs that you just can't sit still when you hear it. You just got to get up and move around, and God help anybody who's behind the wheel of a car when they're listening to that. And that was from 1984, and during that time, a little bit of music history for you, during that time, the band was engaged in all kinds of infighting and business controversies, but at the same time, their music was really on point during those years. It was kind of like a bad marriage where the sex was really good. In any case, moving right along on this, where I am just jumping from one genre to another, here's something that I've been wanting to play for a long time, and I hope you enjoy it. I chose those two previous pieces because with both of those artists, every phrase was poetry and every note was a work of art. That was Sarah Vaughn, who in my humble opinion was the greatest jazz singer that ever walked the face of the earth, and that's saying a lot, with her rendition of the classic Stardust. And before that, the great Andreas Segovia with a classic recording dating back to the 1920s of Enrico Granados' Spanish Dance No. 5. And Segovia was interesting in that he not only was the master of the classical guitar, he defined it. Before Segovia, nobody played the music of Bach or Mozart on the guitar because nobody composed or arranged for it. Nobody composed or arranged for it because nobody played it. And he single-handedly broke that vicious cycle. He invented the modern technique of classical guitar and completely redefined the entire genre. And he had no teacher but himself and his own inner vision and his own will. When I was 18 years old, I had 13th row center to see him in the Milwaukee Performing Arts Center, and I was so blown away by it I couldn't even touch my guitar for 3 weeks after that. In any case, let's move along. I think we have come to the point of the show where I'd like to play a couple of pieces that are just completely different from each other, completely diametrically opposed to each other. And, I like to do that. And I have played a lot of that kind of stuff before, where I would mix up two different things that do not belong together. And I'm going to do that for you right now.
I mean, everything we see is a false reality. It's like Big Brother, The Matrix, whatever you want to call it. While we're watching each other, they're watching us. All the time. Obi-Wan Kenobi said, "Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them." It seems to be getting harder. Distinguishing reality from the illusions people make for us, or from the ones we make for ourselves. I don't know. Maybe that's part of the plan, to make me think I'm crazy. It's working.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. What William Kareem describes as a Dawoud moment.
Yeah.
That was Words of Wisdom by Huey Freeman, a fictitious young man who gives a lot of words of wisdom. And before that, a group of people who I would not describe as well-adjusted individuals, that was Suicidal Tendencies with one of their more well-known singles, Institutionalized. And starting us off, I'm the Guy Who Found the Lost Chord by Jimmy Durante. In any case, you have just had a Dawoud moment, and according to the old clock on the computer, my time is starting to wind down here a little bit, and I gotta wind it down and turn the airwaves and the microphone over to Brother William Kareem, and I strongly urge you to stick around and listen, because he is going to bring you the hour before, which will be an hour of great news, great commentary, and great music. But I have a little bit more time with you. I think I got time for one more piece of music for you. But before I share that with you, I want to thank you all for tuning in. And please tune in next week for more fun, more music, more hijinks, more mayhem, more jiggery-pookery. And wherever you are, whoever you are, I pray that you are safe, that you are happy, that you are healthy, that you're with someone you love, and that your cookie jar is filled to the very brim with the cookies of your choice. This is Dawoud Kringle, leaving you with one final piece of music. This is a piece called JoJo by Miles Davis.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
This is the Amandla album? Or?
Amandla.
Yeah.
All right. Have fun. Ooh, let's just make sure that your thing is, yeah. You're good, man. All right. Have a good show.